All right, we're here with Preston, and he's done a whole lot over the past week or so.
Yeah, been working pretty into the night most of the week. Yeah, we did a lot. So basically, we got our whole sink set up, pretty much ready to go. It needs a top on it. It needs the sink cut out of the top, which is going to be a butcher block top. So that should look pretty nice. Um, Here, when you're coming in, this is all going to be a door that opens. So I don't know if it'll open down. If I can get it to fit properly, it'll open down. And basically, what we'll have is it'll sit on some chains where we'll have a little table when it's down if we want. So we can have a little table outside if we pull some chairs out. And then also we have our gray water. This is a little gray water empty tank. We have a bigger clean water tank that we'll attach in the back, which is coming soon. But the sink's going to drain into here, and then we'll be able to just drop this down and pull it directly out the back in order to dump the gray water. It'll have an overflow that goes out as well. Sink will go in this general vicinity. I haven't decided orientation quite yet, but that'll come probably this weekend. So we'll have I put some boards down so we can attach some transitions on the flooring here, so that'll be good. Now we'll step inside. So this is our general layout, and it's not going to really change a whole bunch from what we have sitting right here. I mean, it's going to look a lot nicer because it's going to be finished, obviously. But basically, here again is the front of the sink. We'll probably stain the front and did the sides blue and all the inside white just to have it finished. And we'll go over it again. This is kind of a starter coat, a base coat, but it needs sanded and finished, so it'll look better. A butcher block will run probably to right here, right past the edge of this, and then we'll have a little storage section right there. And then down here, we have our propane cabinet. So this will basically just pop down like that. It's nice and snug in there, which is what we wanted. I might have to sand that down just a tad to make it fit a little better, but that's minor details. Don't really know what's going in this little section. Probably just a little storage box or something, because I'm not trying to build a bunch of cabinets and all that shit in here. It doesn't matter. What's next? So here we kind of decided today on a space for a portable AC. Originally the fridge was going to go there a long ways, and I don't know, we basically just ended up moving some stuff around. With the window, we are going to be able to vent that out the window. It looks kind of dumb, but in Texas you have to have it. So we're just going to have it to where we can take it, put the hose back there, and kind of store the AC. When it's not even summer, we'll just take the whole AC out and put a little bench there or something, an extra seating space or something. Then this is going to be a long bench that this is kind of just our little mini model for. Ignore that because it'll open all the way. So we'll have a little bench with a little storage underneath where we'll probably put all of our pots and pans and all the big stuff. Maybe if we have like boxes of cereal or whatever, we're just going to have a general storage box because I don't want to deal with any like big drawers or any, like, we kind of value the seating space over having like a big kitchen cabinet right here. And well, let me finish this topic first. So we'll probably have that run all the way to the AC with a little bit of breathing room because we'll have to be able to pull the hose around, which sucks, but it is what it is. And then, yeah, so we'll put some cushions, and that should be pretty comfortable, and we'll be able to just kind of chill. We'll put a table somewhere, probably a marine table that we can remove the pole and remove everything, but we want to be able to have like something to play cards on and something to eat on and all that, so that'll come later. So yeah, bench here, and then the fridge is just going to tuck back behind this seat. Like I said, originally the AC was going to go there, but with the reclining seat, you end up losing quite a bit of space if you actually recline when you're driving. But with the fridge, you don't, because it still opens. You can do everything you need, or get everything you need. So we're just going to leave that right there. The vent's in the front, and the vent's right here, so we'll make sure and not block that. There's one on the other side too, so we'll just have to keep those nice and clear. But yeah, this is our general setup, and then this is all going to be open space. we'll make this a swivel seat eventually. So this will come to the fun part. So we put in the window last weekend, and my stepbrother's here, and he helped me do it. So we cut the hole out, fit the window, all is good, but the trim on the window is like a couple millimeters off, so it wouldn't really fit properly. So that turned into a hassle where we tried to squeeze the window in. I sealed it with butyl tape, but the butyl tape was a little too thin, and also I came to realize that the trim ring leaves a bit too much space between the window and the side of the van. So even at a full fasten with a good trim ring, it wasn't tight enough to keep a leak from happening. So luckily I had actually been working in the van and didn't know it was going to rain, so I had left this window all the way open, and at like, I don't know, 5:30 in the morning, I woke up to some lightning, and it made me think that it was raining through the window. So I came down. Sure enough, it's water everywhere, so I fixed it. But then I realized that from behind the panel right here, there was some water dripping, which is like the worst thing that can happen in a van. Luckily, I came out. And so I ended up ripping it off, and ripping all the insulation off so that I could dry it out and find the leak. That's when I realized that there was too much of a gap, and that the trim ring was actually causing a problem. So essentially what's now happening is this window and trim ring are going back. They're going to send a whole new set, a window and trim ring. It's rvparts.com. They have great customer service, so even though it was a bit of a hassle, they didn't even like give me any hard time on replacing it. So just FYI, good customer service. So yeah, so we're getting a new everything, and the reason I wanted a new window is because I had to fasten into the channel here, and with the trim ring being off, the channel had screws that weren't really straight. You know, it wasn't perfect. And I didn't want to get a new window and then have these weird holes and then have them not grabbing properly, because you have to get a good fasten. So when that comes back, we'll get that again, and I'll put the siding back on. And that's it. So pretty much, I mean, I'll get a kind of a temporary holder for the AC so it doesn't slide around much. I haven't figured that part completely out. I'll build this bench next, and then build probably just a little brace for the fridge just so it doesn't ever slide around or anything. And then, I mean, we got, I don't know if did I show these lights, these nice lights already? So we got here, got our light switch at the entry, and we've got our dimmable lights hooked up. So that looks pretty nice. And then we've got some USB ports. Got one here, and I've hooked them all up to switches so that we can turn them on and off, because I don't want to be dealing with that. Ran some cables throughout. We got a 12-volt plug down there for the fridge wire that's kind of tucked back in there. It's a little hidden. We have the wires all attached to the under part of this, because I wanted to limit the amount of space that the wire was running. So the other option was to like go all the way around the roof, and I really didn't want that, also because if anything happens, then I would probably have to, I don't know what I would have to do, but I didn't want to do it. So I basically am going to attach them, when it's all said and done, I'll attach them nice and snug under here when I have exact placements for everything. And this is actually the front of the bed platform, like the bed support. So I'll put actually some plywood, like probably a 1/2-inch piece of plywood to be the actual support, and I'm gonna put it on hinges so that if we ever needed to like move anything big, I can still lift up the bed so that we can kind of fit something big underneath it, like a piece of furniture or something, because we don't want to lose the full functionality of having the van. So yeah, that's coming. But yeah, we're down to doing all the small little things now. So I've got some more plugs that I need to put in throughout. I need to figure out how to make the AC not look like crap when it's hooked up, so that's coming. I need to kind of finish some of the roof stuff that's going on. I did cover the front panels up there, which there's going to be a blackout curtain that goes across the front. just because it, one, keeps the temperature out, and two, gives us privacy whenever, like, we don't just want windows and everything, and you don't want it to feel like you're in a car, you know, so we'll have it where it's blocked off, where it doesn't feel like we're looking out the front of a van whenever we're in here. Yeah, so that's a lot. It's a lot of information, and it's a lot of work. And Brant painted, he did this first coat of paint, so thanks, because I didn't want to have to do all that when this is all said and done. It looks pretty good, so I'll probably just need a good sand and one more coat on most stuff, and that's why you see a bunch of stuff still taped off. And then we'll need some doors here, and we'll need a door here, doors here. We may or may not do doors up here. We may finish the back of it and do like bungees or something, depending on how it looks. I may give it a shot and see how it looks, and then decide from there. And then, yeah, I mean, hopefully we're looking at another month of build. I might still work a normal job during the day, during the week, so we probably have about a month left of nights and weekends to be able to get this thing done. That's all I got. Thanks. Keep you updated. That's all I got. That's it. Bye.